Jam Radio, we go ham. It's your boy Tony G. Big Lou. NFL season is upon us. Thank goodness. We got college football. Got a little slack yesterday. If you look at some of the comments, I got some guys, I don't know what they're doing. They're kind of bad. I said, hey, man, I made another. That's why they call it gambling. It ain't for everybody. Sometimes you make the wrong pick. LSU got out-coached. Yeah, I think they're probably not going to have the greatest season. And when I say that, LSU is, they're looking for national champions or bust. And I don't see that. I see them having a winning record. I just don't see. But my hat's off to USC,
Yeah, they showed up.
They showed up in Las Vegas. Game one.
Right.
So, I mean, it was I give them a lot of credit. And then Notre Dame won, didn't cover the over,
man.
but
excellent game.
Definitely there's a lot of good games to watch. There's a lot of good games this Sunday. So much in the NFL to cover. It's really crazy. There's so much in it that I feel like if we don't switch over and go to the NFL, there's no way we could fit it all in. Not when you, because we're going to do the over-under like we did last year, and then we'll get to the games coming up. Yeah, so let's start with that. All right. 49ers, over 11.5 or under?
49ers, over 11.5 or under? Oh, man. It's hard to say because they don't have the anchor to the offensive line signed yet. And Trent Williams hasn't inked the deal yet. Hopefully he will before the season. But I want to say over. If they get Trent Williams on the field, I think they could do over 11.5 games. I think they could do the over.
I'm in agreement with you. And McCaffrey gets healthy and can last the season.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of factors here with them, and if they can work out the deal with I just forgot his name, the guy that wants all the money.
Oh, they got him. They got him signed.
That's right. They got him.
Yeah, they got Brandon Ayuk. They got him signed. So, now the only person that's left is Trent Williams. He was a big payday.
Yeah. So when you look up your overs unders for your teams to bet, every site's a little different. Like you may find San Fran at 11, but they're all within a half.
Right.
It just so happens the site that I'm using, if it's a little bit different. The Chiefs, over 11.5 or under?
Oh, I got to go over with the Chiefs. They got everybody in. They did get rid of Kadarius Toney. He's no longer a Chief now, and that's because they got Worthy and the other guy they drafted in Hollywood Brown. So I'm going to go over with the Chiefs. Their worst year was last year, and they still won it all. So I'm going to go over with the Chiefs. I don't think they have a Super Bowl hangover. Everybody's intact. Everybody's ready to go.
Again, a lot of this stuff we're going to agree on. I agree with you 100%. As long as the Chiefs are healthy at the end of the season and are in the playoffs, they have a chance to win it all. If they go 10 and they don't even, as long as they make it to the playoffs, we've seen this. As long as they're in the dance, they got a shot. As good as anybody. I don't care if there's somebody there that's 14 and 2 or 14. It don't matter. I put the Chiefs because they've been there, they've done it, they know how to do it. I agree. I like the over. How about the Eagles? Over 10.5 or under?
See, this was a tough one for me, Tony. I want to go with the over because of the fact that Dallas is a media mess. Washington's rebuilding. New York's rebuilding. So they're going to, they might win both games and at least with Washington and with New York, I feel like they're going to win both of those games, both away and home. I believe Dallas might still win if Dak gets signed back. If Dak go ahead and do the deal, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do before the beginning of the season. But I feel like it's an over for Philly. I know a lot of people are writing them off, because of the offensive issues, and they're saying Jalen Hurts. But now they have Kellen Moore over there running the offense. So it's going to be a whole different puppy for him. He's got Saquon Barkley, so they don't have to rely on the tush push too much to get him injured. Now he can select when he wants to run and he can throw the ball. Now their defense is going to be an anchor for them. If they could get that back end right, then yes. But I still believe because of the weakness of their division, I still believe that they're going to be over because of the weakness of Washington, New York, and the media mess in Dallas.
So I agree with you on this one. Like the first few, I guess we're just 100%. I agree with you. Like I said, that New York, Washington.
Not ready.
I mean that division has been weak for the last few years. Mm-hmm. I know people, oh, that's the toughest division in football. Yeah, 30 years ago it was. I agree with you. 30 years ago it was. But come on, Washington and the Giants have been stinking it up. 5 years ago, the Eagles were stinking it up. They just turned it all. So I'm with you too. The Jets, over 10.5 or under?
Under. I'm going, and the reason why I'm going under with the Jets, they can't do nothing with Miami. They can't do nothing with Buffalo. And they maybe, and I say they about equal with the Patriots. But I say under with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers has been medium mess there too. He's a little bit too entitled. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had I'm not going to say his season is going to be as bad as Russell Wilson was in Denver, but it smells the same to me. A little bit too entitled.
I'm with you there too. I thought that was going to be one we might disagree. I see them. He hasn't played in 2 years,
no.
So it's going to take a minute for him to get into the swing. He's not coming back 1 through 6 games and just he's the Aaron Rodgers of 4 years ago. That's what I think too. And that was a really bad injury he had, and hopefully it healed. But we've seen calf injuries, especially in the NBA, come back to haunt. And if he catches another injury like that, he's done.
Right. So and he's not attending no OTAs, no involuntary workouts. Where's your camaraderie with your offense and your team? You're just going, hey, I'm Aaron Rodgers, just get on board. Don't work that way. You gotta have relationships with these players now. The new players, new generation of players, you gotta have relationships with them. You gotta connect with them. You gotta get on their, you gotta earn their trust by getting on their level. And I see none of it.
All right.
Under.
I agree though. I definitely the Ravens over 10.5 under.
Ravens. See, this one was tough because they got the hardest division in the AFC. Jamar Chase is not in. Cleveland having quarterback issue. So, and of course we know what's going on with Pittsburgh. And I'm gonna go with my gut and say over because of those factors. Cleveland has everything right with the quarterback. They got the offense. They got an excellent defense. Pittsburgh's trying to figure it out, and Cincinnati doesn't have a star wide receiver. And plus, can we keep Joey healthy? So
that's it. That's
what.
That sums it up. There you go. Let's wrap that one up because I'm in total agreement. Now the Bengals are over 10.5.
Over 10.5 with the Bengals. Oh man. Oh man, because I can see it because of Cleveland and Pittsburgh. They don't have to worry too much about. But Baltimore is on a revenge tour. They still They got to get over the hump. They might split one of those games, but I think Cincinnati is good enough to win 10 games. They're not going to be. It's going to be outside of the division, but I think they're good enough. Depending on uh, what NFC bracket they're matched up to play against this season. I guess
So,
I could go over with Cincinnati, but I'm a little worried because Jamar's got to be on the field for them to do it.
so here's the great thing about gambling. I agree with what you're saying, and they have so many. They got to keep Joe healthy. I think,
Right.
that's and just so many other people. But one thing great about gambling is you can find this is 5 different sites. FanDuel has got them over 9.5. So I feel better about 9.5 because I think they can win 10 games. I think they can win 10 games. But if you bet 10.5, if you bet 10.5, now you're betting they're going to win 11 plus. And I don't feel that warm and fuzzy. So I like the over 10.5, or you go to FanDuel over the 9.5. How about the Lions? Can the Lions stay true to last year, or was it a fluke? Over 10.5.
Lions over 10.5. I got to go with it. And the reason being, I think the only team they have to worry about is Green Bay. I do believe the Lions can win 10 games because Minnesota is that their future has to heal. Everybody's hyped on Chicago. I'm hyped on them too. I'm just not there yet. Because Chicago's quarterback Caleb Williams, he's going to be seeing ones every game. So, and with that, if they take one from Green Bay, if they win the game at home against Green Bay, they can make that 10. So I'm gonna go over with it.
So the Lions are 10.5 across the board at all the sites, all 3, 4, 5, all 7 sites I'm looking at. So I'm in agreement. I think they can. I think they can stand that 11 game, provided there's not a ridiculous amount of injuries. The next one is the Dolphins over 9.5. And my thing is with the Dolphins is I think this is a year when the Dolphins show how overrated they are.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Absolutely. He's, they got to show up in bad weather. In cold weather.
That's
outside
true.
of their elements.
You got
outside of their elements.
That's right.
If they could convince me they could win some cold games, I would be right there with them. But I'm saying under because of that fact.
Yeah, and then you got, and the killing part is it's not just so much the December. They have problems in the November games. You know what I mean? November, December, late October. And then me and you both really spoke highly of Tua, which we were both like. But then it got a little bit of, it's like, I don't know. A lot of these guys understand everybody's trying to get paid. Everybody wants to get paid.
Right.
Golly, man, win me a couple playoff games and let's talk about it. But golly.
Let's just go deep in the playoffs. And then I have no, as an owner, if I was an owner, get me deep in the playoffs. And then I don't mind writing the checks. But it's like they split the money already. And now, now there's more pressure on Tua to step up. I love Tua. He's a great quarterback to me. But, you have a lot of talent around you. I.e., like Brock Purdy over in San Francisco, you have a lot of talent around you. You're going to have to take advantage of that because it's a big price.
Well, last year they let the Bills come back and win 3 in a row and win the division. They kind of faltered. They kind of faltered there because if they would have just won out, the Bills would have been free. I mean, they would have held on to a 3-game lead. I don't know. They got some other issues. They got a lot of talent. But again, he's another one. We got to see how durable he is. But I'm with you. I'm under 9.5. There we go. My Buffalo Bills over or under 9.5.
I got Buffalo over 9.5 for the simple fact that Josh Allen's there. Stephon Diggs may not be there, but Josh Allen has a way of getting other receivers involved. I still feel like they need to get a solid back to take that load off of him because he is a scrambler, but he only needs to be a scrambler when he has to, not because he
Right.
wants to or he feels he needs to. So I'm going to be stuck on that until the day they do it. They need a solid back. So third and short, they'll go to the back as opposed to relying on Josh to pick up first down. But I do got them over. You know, they are the team to beat in the AFC East to me. They're the team to beat.
I like the over. I like the over. I don't think. I mean, I think they'll go 10-7. I don't think. I don't know if. I don't think. I mean, I think they'll go to the playoffs. Don't know if they'll make. I was having this conversation with someone, and one thing about Josh Allen, Tua, Purdy, and Lamar Jackson, and all the other quarterbacks tonight, and Dak Prescott. What they don't have right now is it. They don't have it. Mahomes has got it. Joe Montana had it. Other Dallas quarterback, Roger Staubach. The other Dallas Cowboys to beat the Bills in it. They had that. They had that thing.
Troy Aikman.
And none of the rest. Yeah, Troy Aikman. Gee, I forgot. Nobody else has got that. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody else that I go, ooh, he's got the ball last 42 seconds. I'm afraid. Patrick Mahomes, I'm afraid with 18 seconds. It's like, oh, 18 seconds left. And so that's my thing when I say, yeah, I think the Bills are going to win 10 games. I don't think they're going anywhere. The Falcons over 9.5.
Falcons over 9.5. I think it's doable, especially with the defensive pickups. I think it's doable. Kirk Cousins is a solid quarterback in the regular season. And I feel like with the talent that he has down there, he's got a running game. He's got excellent receivers. I think he's going to bring the best out of Kyle Pitts because he's kind of fell off the radar. And I can give that to Atlanta because my Saints, they need a reboot. The Saints need a reboot. Carolina's not doing anything. And we got the Bake Show in Tampa Bay, but it's his show now. But he's very lacking on talent, especially on that defense. Like they had to let a lot of people go. So I can give Atlanta that. I can give Atlanta, I could give Atlanta that.
I agree. I definitely agree with you there. The Texans over 9.5. I mean, the way they were playing last year, I could see them going 11, 12 wins. As long as they stay healthy. CJ Stroud, I mean, unless you got something else you think, I mean, I can see them winning. You know what I mean? They're going to be tough. Now this next one to me is a pretty bold statement. Is the Bears over 9.5?
I'm not ready to take that yet. I'm not ready to take that yet.
Me neither.
That's it. Right. Because a couple of things.
A couple preseason games, and now we're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm not convinced. I am not convinced because yes, they do not have tape on Caleb, but he hasn't faced the ones every down yet. You know, it's easy to do it against the 2s and the 3s, the practice squad guys and second string guys. It's easy to do that. Now, not taking anything from him. I believe he's going to be an excellent quarterback in the league. Just not right now. He's going to need time. He needs to learn, how this game works and how fast this game is. He's a grown man that's got responsibilities, and they're playing their butts off every down. So
Absolutely.
I'm not taking them on that. And besides, they got
Cowboys,
Detroit, Green Bay to deal with.
and they do it. Yeah,
Go ahead.
the Cowboys 9.5 with their schedule. That should be not a
Yeah,
tall
shouldn't be a tall
task.
tale. Especially if they got
Uh,
Dak. If they get Dak signed and he's under center, they get that 9.5.
yeah, Packers 9.5.
I'm
I
going to
like
tell. Packers 9.5. I like that. I like that. I like that. Especially now that Jordan Love starting. He's got Josh Jacobs, which is a pounder, and he can catch out of the backfield. So he's got a safety net. I think they could do that. I think they could do that. With those receivers they have, they're homegrown. He knows them well. The defense is pretty solid. So I think they can do that.
the Colts over 8.5. I got them under. I just think that this is going to be another regression of them to work out some stuff, and I think they're going to be good, but just not this year.
I agree with you on that, Jay. I agree with you that, Antonio, because Anthony Richardson's coming off injury. He's already a small quarterback, and I was talking about that last season. He's small. He's good, but he's small. So that means he's injury prone. So this is going to be him getting refamiliarized again with the team, but I don't see the Colts there just yet. They're coming, but they're not there yet. They got some
The
timing and
Brown,
tuning to do.
absolutely, the Browns over 8.5.
Browns over 8.5. I don't know, Tony. Defense wins
I like
championships, but they can't win every game though. And who's their
right,
quarterback?
right, right. I
Deshaun
like
Watson.
the
Yeah.
under. Deshaun Watson. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a really bad year if they dump them.
Yeah.
If they have a really bad year and just take the
Mm-hmm.
loss. Rams under over 8.5.
Let's see. Got
Had a
Seattle.
good had a good year. Had a
Had
good
a good
year
year
last year. A lot
last year.
better than we thought.
Uh,
Yeah.
mhm. Over 8.5. I could go with over 8.5 with the Rams. They got a pretty good solid team. They don't have Aaron Donald there anymore, but they got some guys that can step up, and they still got their back end of their defense. They still got weapons. Cooper Cup coming back. I could see the Rams 8.5. I could see them over 8.5.
Steelers. This is another good one. Steelers over 8.5. But if you go to FanDuel, they got him at 7.5. He's always had a winning season, so I ain't gonna bet against him having a winning season. Going anywhere? Necessarily no. But
No.
winning having a winning season, then I mean, like I could see over 8.5.
Right. Right. I can see that.
Yeah, he's done it all. Yeah,
With Najee Harris and those weapons that his outside weapons, his receivers. Russell Wilson didn't forget how to play football. He just got to learn that system. And but I think
yes.
they can make that.
All right, we got the Jaguars over 8.5.
Jaguars over 8.5. I can see that because they're the second best team in their division. But
Right.
Sunshine's got to step it up. Sunshine's got to win some tough games. He's got to lead those men into win. But I think they can do it. I think Sunshine got it in them, but we got to see it. We have, we see it in spurts, but we need to see it consistent.
I agree. Over. What do you think about San Diego? First year Harbaugh in San Diego over 8.5.
Mm. San Diego over 8.5. Mm. My mind says no, my heart says yes, but that's because I'm a Harbaugh fan and I want to see Herbert succeed or live up to, the position they put him in. I don't know, Tony. I'm on the fence. 8.5.
I'm gonna
I
go.
think they could.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, they could do it. I mean, they
Yeah.
should do it, but they've
Mm-hmm.
been. Yeah, I agree. Cardinals over 7.5.
Mm. Not
I
sure on
like
that one.
them. Yeah, I think that until they rattle things up over there, it's going to be the same that it's been. Um, Buccaneers over 7.5.
Yeah, I see Baker. Yes, I see Baker leading them over 7.5. I'm kind of worried, but I can see them getting over 7.5 games because they still, like I said, they still have some talent on offense. Defense is what I worry about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Seahawks over 7.5.
Hmm. The Seahawks is that dark horse. Oh man, see, I haven't been paying a lot of attention to see who they lost and who they gained, but
Oh my gosh.
I would say they could probably win 7.5 games with Geno Smith,
Over.
probably. And that's just one of the ones I'm gonna have to see what happens.
Saints 7.5 over.
Saints 7.5. Okay, they got Atlanta, they got Tampa Bay to deal with. Uh, I got the Saints as the third team in the division.
Should be
I
able to
do
go
believe
over 7.5 then.
they should be able to go over 7.5. I just feel like that it's going to be a house cleaning going on after this season.
The Giants over 6.5.
I don't think they make. I don't think they're going to make it.
I agree. Raiders
Oh,
over 6.5.
that's another one too. Even though I'm cheering for
Uh,
them, they need quarterback play, solid quarterback play.
yeah,
They
they need
don't
a
have.
but. Yeah, can
They need
the
a bunch of stuff.
Vikings? Can the Vikings win 6.5? I think it's
Oh,
rebuilt for them.
yeah, it's rebuild for them. Their future's hurt. Yeah, and all they have is Justin Jefferson. But somebody's got to give them the ball.
All right, so we got 30 seconds before we come back. We can cover the last. Let me see. Commanders over 6.5. What do you think? And
I
then
don't
when we
think
come
they're
back,
ready yet.
we'll
Yeah,
no,
they're not ready.
under. All right. So when we get back, we got 1, 2, 3 more teams to cover, and then we'll get right to the week one, which starts September 5th. Um, so we'll go over all them games like we always do, give you our picks, unders, whatever we feel that's in it. So remember, man, we want to thank everyone for tuning in every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Sportsbook, Tony G, Big Lou, on the greatest radio station there is on KM Radio, where we go
Man,
ham. KM Radio, where we go ham. It's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock live, the sports book, where you tune in and we talk about sports gambling and sports and all kind of. But hey, so got a couple more teams to go over. Broncos over 5.5.
Broncos with 5. I think they can get 5.5 games. I think they can get 5.5. It's gonna be a rough. Bo Nix is playing pretty good for Sean Payton right now. They still got some work to do as well on their team, but I think they can squeeze out 5.5.
Yeah, I think Sean's got his work cut out for him. But I think they're committed to him for a long term deal, so that they're going to let him. Like I said, he inherited a mess. I mean,
Yes,
that's
he did.
bottom line is. How about the Panthers over 5.5? Can they turn around their dumpster fire?
No, they're not ready yet, and I feel bad for Bryce Young. The situation that's going on in Carolina. They have to do a complete overhaul, probably in the office and with the coach staff on the field. He needs a veteran. He needs some veteran experience of people in there. I don't think a new straight out the what am I trying to say? I guess straight out the baby bed coach is not gonna work. They need someone to offer that knows how to draft, knows how to get players, knows how to manage. and they need a coach that knows football. Not knocking, not knocking any coach, but I'm just saying they need seasonal. They need veterans in there. They need some old school in there
I
because this
agree.
stuff they
I
got
agree.
going on is not
Yeah, I agree. I think they got a lot of sweeping to do there. A lot of cleaning. Um, Patriots.
working. Patriots. Gonna be a rough season for them too. Uh, I,
They got a
I'm
lot. I
not
mean,
sure.
it's going to be a while before they, like I said a few years ago, we had Brady leave. We got, it's just the dynasty has totally stepped away. Bill's gone.
Yes.
So it's going to
Hmm.
take a while. Um, it's not built overnight. So, that being said, it just kind of is what it is. They'll be back. I mean, I think that organization has had success and just ran its course, and now it's time to rebuild.
Hmm.
But I'm with you under the 4.5. All righty. NFL football Thursday night game. We got a Thursday night game. We got a Friday night game. This is crazy. Thursday night is the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs, a rematch of the AFC Championship game.
Okay.
I like the under of this game. I like the under. The first game of the season to me is, you're betting on a lot what happened last year,
Hmm.
and you just don't know. There's a lot of cobwebs and a lot of weird. I like the under though, under 46. I can see where this could be, because it wasn't a big points game last time. What's your thoughts? Baltimore, Kansas City at home.
I feel the same way you do, Tony. Uh, because of the fact that they got everybody in camp to get ready. Um, I think with with Baltimore losing their defensive coordinator, the defense is their culture, but I think that's going to hurt just a little bit. But I got to go with KC in this game. I think KC is going to pull it. I got to go with them in this game. It's gonna be a great matchup, but I do believe that Kansas City, with the weapons they've added, I think that they're gonna get chugging right along.
Kansas City under. I like it. I like it. The Friday night, we got a Friday night game. I hope, I've been reading a lot of stuff on the NFL. They're getting kind of funky about where you're going to be able to watch all the games. I mean, it's
Hmm.
it's a bunch of different streams and stuff. But anyway, we got the Packers and the Phillies. I like the Packers plus 2.5.
Yeah. Now, this might be a neutral ground game. I'm checking it now, and it says it is a Sao Paulo game, if I'm saying it correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm saying it correctly, it says Sao Paulo. So I'm guessing that's going to be the Mexican game. They always have a game in Mexico, Corinthian Stadium.
There. Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go.
Hmm.
That's the okay. It's at 7:20 now.
Yes.
First game. Sunday's first game is one of them starting off for us is Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints. Saints are -4. Saints should be
Hmm.
able to pull this off.
Yes, they should. Yes, they should. Carolina's rebuilding. Uh, Saints is they've got to do some closet clean out work too. You know, there's a big vibe for Spencer Rattler down there. My gut is telling me it's going to be Derek Carr and Dennis Allen's last season. If they don't do anything with it, I think this is the last season for both of them. And they're going to do some, and I feel like they're going to do some front office picking up too, because
Yeah,
they got to get younger and fresher. But I do believe they're going to take this game, and I do believe they're going to cover that -4.
got them. New England Patriots. plus 8.5 over Cincinnati.
That's good. I don't know about that one, Tony.
I like
Even though
Cincinnati. Yeah, I like
I do too.
Cincinnati. I just don't know about the point spread.
Right.
So I like Cincinnati as the minus 8.5. But you can go in and you can change your spread on multiple things. But I do like Cincinnati. I don't like that over. Even though it's low, it seems like one of them trap games.
Right.
Buffalo Bills and the Cardinals. All right, so on paper, the Bills should win this. It's
Yes.
-6.
Yes.
I wouldn't bet this game, but I'm just telling you, on paper, the Bills would be the choice.
Right.
And I would go with the under.
Yeah.
I like the under.
Okay.
Houston. Now here's Houston Texans against Indianapolis Colts.
Mm.
I like the Texans all day long.
All day long.
Oh, yeah, I think, and the spread's good enough.
Minus,
Let me
ESPN
look
bet
at
got them at -2.5.
yeah, and I like the under 48.5. Like I said, these games that they're a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Jaguars at Miami Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a trap. Yeah, this could be a trap game.
I agree. It's a Florida game, so it's hard to predict that. I want to root. I want to root for the Dolphins, but at the same time, uh, it's like I said, it's a Florida game. Sunshine might show up for that one.
Yeah,
He'll show up for that one.
I like the over.
Yes.
I definitely like the over 49.5 because I feel like they're going to put up some points.
Mm-hmm.
They both like to throw. Okay. So, yeah. All right. The Titans and the Chicago Bears are already given the Chicago Bears as being the favorite.
Right. I don't know.
Playing in
Tennessee's tough.
Chicago.
Yeah, they're playing in Chicago, but Tennessee's a tough. They're a tough team. They need some talent, and I think he needs a solid quarterback. But they are a tough team to play against, and their defense is bringing it every time. But in Chicago at home, they got their fresh new quarterback, Caleb Williams, and I'm not sure about this one. Not sure about this one, Tony.
I like the under 45. That's what
Okay.
I like on this. I'm
Okay.
That's a close one to. Now the next game is Pittsburgh Steelers against Atlanta Falcons. I think Atlanta gets them this game. Like I said, we both agree that they'll have a winning season, but I think Atlanta, because like I said, what we saw last year of Wilson and what we saw last year of the Falcons, I like the Falcons -3. Yeah, because I think it's going to be a little rough. Staying away from the over 42.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he just simplified that offense so much that Wilson's just going to have. I don't know. We'll see, but I expect Wilson to have a little bit of a, nothing spectacular game, and he should get better second and third. Like I said, he was terrible last year. Let's just be honest.
Right.
So All right. All right. Minnesota versus New York Giants. Golly. Somebody's got to win this game. I don't know who, but
Somebody's got to win it.
somebody's got to
Oh,
win. Only because they
somebody's
tell me they got to win.
right.
God, I like the under 41
Mm-hmm.
and a half. And like me and Lou talked about this before, these are our preliminary picks. Come Saturday, we get, well, obviously not on the Friday and Thursday game, but
Right.
we go back over and then we kind of refine it down. So don't, because you get a lot of people asking a lot of crazy questions. All right, so you got Minnesota Giants, Denver Broncos, and Seahawks. I mean, you gotta like the Seahawks,
Yeah, gotta go with the Seahawks on this. Although Bo Nix has been out, not Bo Nix. Am I saying it right? Bo Nix,
right?
Bo Nix, but he's not the starter week one. It's it's Wilson. If I'm not Russell Wilson, but the guy, the quarterback from the Jets, that backup quarterback for the Jets. I think he plays there now. I think he's QB1
So,
now. Zach Wilson.
so Zach
Zach
Wilson,
Wilson.
there you go.
Which is not he's playing pretty good for Sean. Playing
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. Oh, Sean's going
But
to get the best out of him. He's a young quarterback.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
But you got Geno Smith, he knows that system. And we don't have to worry about Geno until later in the season, for playoff time. That's when he kind of reverts back to the old Geno Smith. During the regular season, he's pretty solid. He's
Yeah.
not going to do anything crazy. He's not going to do anything crazy. He's going to play the game that you want him to play it, but he's going to have that hiccup at the wrong time.
The Raiders versus
But
the Chargers. This,
uh,
I think.
hmm,
I mean, I like the under
yes,
40 because they're going to play tough each other. They play each other tough.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Chargers got
and
that
they're.
offense right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think you got to go with the Chargers, but I would stay
Mm-hmm.
away from the game other than the under.
Right.
The Cowboys and the Browns. They got Cleveland as the favorite by 2.5.
I don't know. As 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 disarray as the Cowboys are as far as media wise, they still got a pretty good defense. I don't, but Cleveland does as well. They're on the road. They're in Cleveland. Ah, I just think the Cowboys are right
Let me
now.
ask you
They're a
this:
better team.
Is Dak playing no matter what?
I'm not sure. He's still at home. He hasn't been into any practices or hasn't played any preseason games or none of that. And if they go up there with Trey Lance, they're going to lose. And they're going to have to rely on their defense to keep them in the game. It
So
all
Trey,
depends on if they get Dak in that building before
so if
they.
Trey Lance goes, they got to get him in there quick. This
Yeah,
might be
he's not
one of
going to
them
have. Yeah,
games that I would stay away from.
and I agree. I'm going to stay away
Yeah.
from this one because we have no certainty on what Cowboys' offensive quarterback situation is going to be.
The Commanders in Tampa Bay.
I got to go with the Big Show on this one.
I
I
like
go with the
Tampa
Big
Bay.
Show. Mm-hmm. Commanders are they're growing, but they're not there. They're not there. They're not there yet. They got hope. You know.
Detroit and the
Uh
Rams.
oh, good. I got a feeling that's going to be the
I
game of the
think
week. I
Detroit
think that's going to be
and
the best game.
playing it.
Go ahead, play it at home.
Probably it ain't gonna suck. That's for sure.
Right. It'll be a good game.
Detroit. Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, I like Detroit at home.
Yeah. I'm going to take Detroit at home.
Okay, the
It's
Jets at
always a revenge game.
right. Okay. Oh, geez, we went through that. I didn't even realize I was moving that. All right. Yeah, with the Detroit playing at home, they got to make it. I think because Detroit played well at home last year.
Mm-hmm.
I take them. I think it's going to be a really good game.
Yep. You're going
Both
to get the
teams are
best of
well
Stafford.
coached.
Yeah. You're going to get the best of Stafford against the Rams every time.
Yes. 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 So, yeah, I still like Detroit.
Me too.
I still like it. So going back on, and then we'll get to what we were talking about for the Cowboy game. But even if they sign Dak tomorrow, is he ready to play Sunday?
I don't know. I don't know, Tony, because it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Your body has to be football ready. He's football ready here, but he's got to be football ready here, heart, body, pain, taking hits, you know. They have a new office. They have a new offensive coordinator? Is it the same? He's the same guy from last season. Am I correct?
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah, but
So
CeeDee Lamb just got there. He just got signed.
yeah.
So and Dak's and Dak's according to him is not close yet. So he wants 65. Jerry's not going to give it to him. So
is that what he wants? 65?
He wants 65.
60.
But if I want 65 and he offered me 58, 59, it's just me. If I want 65 and he offered me close to 60, I'd take that, get on the field. But but he may not, and next season see where his talent's taken.
He'll get paid, and the way the league is going now, he's going to get paid. May never go anywhere. May never, because at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league, and he's a good quarterback, and he's gotten paid better than anyone. But he's not. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's it is what it is. It all depends on what I think it's better to find a young talent that you can work with, have some success, get them cheap. Well, but I think what Dak was, he's been with him 9 years. You know what I mean? I get where he's trying to get paid, but Dallas should have been. They didn't go any further than what they did.
Right.
But so the Monday night game is the Jets and the 49ers. So a week ago, I would have said you need to take the Jets. And the reason why is because McCaffrey wasn't ready. Oh boy, wasn't signed, but Trent Williams still isn't signed.
He still isn't signed. He's 36 this season, and he wants the big payday before while he's still serving, and he knows he's the eighth.
Oh yeah, he's best left tackle. What's he looking for? What's the number?
The number that the number he's looking for is if it was me, it's doable, but I feel like and we know the 49ers upper office, is playing hardball. And I'm researching it now what his actual number is. But I think he wants to be top paid. And I think the 49ers should give it to him. I think they're trying to get him down a little bit, make him happy, but get him down to a number that they can work with. But I just feel like they need to go ahead and get that set up, get him in there.
So it says, while Nuke has been holding an attendance, getting fined as a result, it doesn't bond well for Niners. As of right now, I do not believe they are close. The reference said. I was trying to get some added that Williams is staying patient, confident in his value of the team. Trent Williams holding out of sight, out of mind. He knows what he's worth. He's racking up fines, but he knows his value. Williams, an All-Pro, signed a $6 million, 138 contract in March 2021, despite being under contract and set to earn 20. Mud on. Trent's being a little. He's being a little much. Then I see.
Yeah.
I get.
Like I said. Yeah, like I said, he's 36.
He signed $138 million. Yeah.
Right. And that's
okay.
Right. And if they move on from him, the salary cap cost is going to be 29.9 in signer's bonus.
Oh.
So, but he's set to make 20.5, and he's making 22.5.
He wants more.
And he wants more. In 2026, he's going to make 32.21 million. So it goes up each year. 20.5 this season, 22.5 and 25, 32.21 in his last year. So I can see where they're steadfast. And but with Brock Purdy play, he's going to need him. Give him that extra time to make things happen.
Yeah.
But I understand it. I understand both sides. But he is an older player. He's an older player. So maybe this is all because he did sit out a whole season with Washington, was it? Was it with Washington? That he sat out a whole season without being paid? Yeah. That's $500 and some $1,000 per game when he does that. So I guess he's not worried. I guess he wants his money. But I feel like they're going to come to an agreement. He's an older guy. He don't want to go through training camp and all that. He'll probably work out a deal with him before they hit the field, probably Monday. Probably this week. I'll be checking the tickers and keeping my eye on that. But I feel like the deal's going to get done before the end of the week.
Yeah, I think that's the only they need that part for them to make a serious run at a Super Bowl.
Yes, because they're
player
right there.
Wise. They're right there player wise. And that only other thing that I feel like I've seen with Kansas City is just being out coached.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Just Kansas City has a tendency of getting teams outside their game plan.
Absolutely.
So, and that's everybody's afraid of falling behind them, not being able to keep up, and then they start catering to how they play, and that's not how you play.
Right.
But it's easier said very easy said. Than done. But again, yeah, I'm glad to see 2 for 1 domestic. I'm glad to see that football season's back, the NFL's back and kicking. Man, it's good to be back. That's for sure. And remember, if you reach out to us at KHAM Radio's Facebook page or Sportsbook Facebook page. Drop us your email if you have an event you might want us to talk about, or if you got a young sports team that you're trying to raise. But whatever you're trying to do, just reach out to me and Big Lou and the radio station. We'll be happy to help you out. We always try to give a shout out. All right, guys, another Tuesday night in the books. Tony G and Big Lou on the Sports Book on KM Radio, where we go Ham.
Yeah.